Okay, well, I'm at this big tree that's left here, and I want it to go this way, but it's leaning that way. Not real hard, but the top is a little bit that way. Now, normally that wouldn't be an issue. I'd just get over on the other side with the machine here and push it, but right where I need to get the machine in to give it a shove, there's an old test pit here for where they were digging for gravel years ago. And this tree kind of grew out of the side of that old test pit here from who knows how many years ago. But anyways, I can get in here and kind of catch the edge of it with the pusher plate on the back of the grapple boom there, and just kind of lay it in over here. Won't be exact. I wanted to go down over there, but I'm not going to get it there. I'm going to have to settle for just like right in front of the machine here, if I can do that. I think I can pull it off, but we're going to try. I don't know. Maybe it won't work, but we're going to give it a shot. And yep, we're going to use the little 357 XP here. I'm going to go ahead and make my notch cut here, and of course, in 3/4 of my back cut. I won't be able to put it in all the way because I don't want to get pinched or caught. The saw will pretty much eat it if I do that and I push and it rolls off the stump. It'll catch the saw. My luck, that's what'll happen. So, anyways, we're going to get on with it. Okay, it's setting back hard, but I just pulled out in time there. It was just catching the tip of my bar there. So this tree is about a 19-inch because it's just a little bit bigger than my 18-inch bar, maybe 20. It's about 19, I guess. So, but now I got to get the skidder over here and hook the side of this thing in with the boom there and see if I can topple it over. If I can't, well, I'm just gonna finish cutting at the hinge and let the sucker go in there. It's not what I want to do. It's 180 degrees the wrong direction for where I want, but I'll have to yin-yang it around here in the bush and get it turned around. These big buggers here, they're something you don't want to be doing. They are heavy. So, but anyways, okay, I'm right on the edge of this pit here. You can see with my back wheel here, I can't go anything more over, so I'm going to try and crab my way over here and get up against this tree here right away. Set you up on the back of the canopy here. Hit the ground with a thunderous thud. There we go. big knobs there. It ain't gonna work here. They're caught up in that other. Hang on here. Pick it up a little more here. I got it kind of low hanging to the ground here, so. Those big knobs there are getting caught on that old birch, rotten birch stub there. I think that birch thing is giving. Nope. Not happening. Not happening. Yeah. Getting hung up there in those stubs there. They're so hard and they're so big they hook on everything in the bush along the way. You got a little tree somewheres or whatever, that's enough to get you snagged up and stop you dead in your tracks. So that's exactly what happened. So just gonna take and with the saw to work here once again and lob all these big knobs and knots and crud and scald and, well, anyways, make it into a semi-straight piece of wood so I can slide it out. Not gonna fight it. I'm just gonna keep fighting out here. If you fart around too long like that, you end up breaking something. So yeah, the center on this one is kind of punky and rotten, so if you want to laugh, go ahead, laugh. Say the saw isn't that strong, but you get into those knots and knobs there, even if you've got a high output saw, what'll happen is at a certain point you'll just roll the edges of your tooth if it's you got that hard of a wood. No, this is poplar. It's not oak or ironwood or hickory or whatever you want to call it, but like I say, get a hard enough wood, your chain can only cut so fast no matter how big of a saw you got. So at least that's what I've found. The harder the wood, the slower it cuts. That's the only difference. Softer the wood, the faster it cuts. Tore a big chunk out of this stump here because, like I say, I didn't want to get into the dirt bank with my bar there when I was reaching around there. So anyways, left a fairly healthy hinge there and pushed it over here. So get on with it. Got that whittled down, gnawed all the ugly off of it the best I can. Luckily this is all just 103 inch, 104 inch target length, so short, little over 8 foot lengths here. So when you break it down, the long don't have so much crooked in it that way. Makes it acceptable for the mill. Not quite sure here what my butt diameter is here on some of these trees. I got a 24 inch maximum at the mill. This one, like I say, is probably about 20 inch. So let's see if we can get out of here now that I've trimmed those knobs off of there. If I'm still gonna be fighting against that tree here or not. Here we go. All the difference in the world. Just like that. Not getting caught up there now. Hard on the old tire there. That one right there. Getting in the dirt here, it's thawing a little bit today here. My frost is coming out in a half-inch of soil on Poplar's blues, so hard on saw chains. Now we got to butt up the end here, make sure we're nice and even, or as even as we can be.